gotta say, it feels good to be back on the mic. All right, I'll take a sip too, Lindsay. Good call.
Me too. I'm going to take a sip too.
Yum. Pumpkin. Whipped vodka. Like a crackling fire.
It's gorgeous.
Yes.
I did. I like that.
Yes.
Buckle up, literature fans. We're in for some boozy bookgasms today. Join three cousins creating a titillating headspace where steamy romance novels collide with strong cocktails. So, sit back, sip slow, and enjoy the ride.
Hello, and welcome to the Boozy Bookgasms Halloween special. I'm Jen.
I'm Lynn.
I'm Kim.
Today we're going to recap and review a classic horror novel called Hallowpeen by Holly Wilde.
Wait.
Classic?
Well, soon to be a classic.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're going to make it a classic.
Debatable.
But before we add extra pumpkin spice to this latte, Kim, what are we drinking tonight?
Well, this is one gorgeous drink. It is the Drunken Pumpkin. It's got some of my favorite things in there. It's got some pumpkin latte, or in my case, pumpkin spice creamer, some whipped vodka, some whipped cream, and some cinnamon on top. It is like eating a piece of pie. It's delicious.
Yummy. I know. It's like decadent. Although this is the first time I've ever even heard of whipped vodka, which is apparently a thing.
I have utilized that in a holiday punch before, and that was a big hit.
I like it. It's a nice martini glass.
In a rough moment, I can drink it on its own. It's really good.
Well,
I don't hate it.
After a rough day.
I don't hate it. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, well, our story is set in North Carolina in the town of Hollow Springs, population of less than 1,000 people. We open with a group of friends sitting around a fire pit, having some drinks and telling spooky stories, very fall vibes. Asha is our female main character, and she doesn't love this stuff. She says if she were in charge of story time, everyone would be sharing adventures with masked men who give out hand necklaces and call you princess. So I say we go to Asha's Halloween party next time.
That sounds better than this party because it was just a bunch of horror stories around a campfire, which I do not like.
It just
anyway.
feels Murderville.
I know, they're like basically asking to get murdered, right?
Right?
It is the start of every horror story.
Yes, and Asha does feel like this year's a little spookier than most. She's been on edge all night. One of the guys around the fire just finished his story and says, "Who's next?" And we hear this quiet, creepy voice say, "I have a story to tell, but I don't even know where to start." And we meet Claudia. Claudia has long black hair and a pale complexion. She's kind of creepy looking. And she says, "This isn't a ghost story. This really happened to my friend Samantha 5 years ago and really scared me. In fact, I'm still a little scared today." And apparently Samantha was really into some weird shit.
What was she into?
She liked to connect with the spirit world and into paranormal rituals. And she decided to turn her passion into a payday and started filming her rituals to grow an online audience.
A scary influencer.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's trying to be an influencer
doing
these
it.
days.
Sure.
Yeah. And
Sure.
everybody's got a gimmick. So most of the time, nothing really happened beyond some blinking lights until this night. So Claudia starts getting visibly
in Hollow
upset.
Springs.
Population less than 1,000.
Less than 1,000.
With a lot of dark foresty areas.
And a girl who doesn't know where to start, but yet jumps right in.
And so Claudia says to the group, "Have you ever asked someone to spell I cup?"
I know why there's only 1,000 people in this town.
One of the guys is like, "ICUP, ha 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 ha." Right?
Because we're in 4th grade. Yeah.
So Claudia says, "Dean, shut the fuck up. That's not funny." She then lets out a blood-curdling scream and says, "Samantha thought it was funny too, right up until it was too late." And as the story goes, you say these words 3 times, and the monster of the Hallows comes out to claim you.
Well, what is the monster of the Hallows called, Jen?
Oh, That's a great question, Jen. Do tell, what is the monster of the
He's-
Hallows called?
I feel like you're burying the lead
He's
here.
called the Hallowpeen.
Of course he is.
Hallowpeen.
Hallowpeen.
Hence the name of our book.
Mhm. Mhm.
So what happened to Sam?
What happened was,
was she set up her seance outside of an old mill with her live cast and spelled ICUP
I cupped
3
it.
times. Yes. And the live cast cuts out to static and nobody ever hears from her again. Hence
Disappears.
Claudia's distraughtness. Like that's why
Claudia is like skeptical of her friend Samantha's things, but
Mhm.
she watches her friend in support. And so she's
Mhm.
watching the live feed. It goes dead and she thinks, oh, she's just pulling a prank, goes to bed. And the next day, Samantha has not been found.
Samantha is gone. And Claudia says nobody knows what happened to her except the Hallowpeen. And the partygoers think this is hilarious and they start making jokes. And one guy says the Hallowpeen comes out and jacks you off, refusing to leave until your peen is as hollow as his soul. Mwah, wah, wah, wah. Like, so they're all
Oh my
just making
God.
jokes. And Dean stands up and says, that sounds like a good time to him. And he starts saying, ICUP, ICUP. And before he can say it the third time, Claudia attacks him like a wild banshee. She claws at his face, making him bleed. And it takes like 5 people to get her off him. Like she really freaks
That is so bizarre. This is the
Possessed.
weirdest thing. She's like a Wednesday Addams
Yes.
person sitting at the fire camp. Nobody really knows who she is. She's rando, right?
She's so random. No one
She's
has ever.
random.
She's from
Nobody
another
knows. They're like,
town.
weird girl. We don't know her, but whatever.
Also,
And
I raw dogged this book and I'm like, is she a ghost? Like, is she paranormal? Like, she was an awkward character.
I tried to tell you.
Yeah, Kim read this first and tried to talk to us, and we were like, "Shut up."
No, shut up.
So many questions.
I'm like, "Don't talk to me about it." She's like, "But I really want to."
I don't know, but when I was the last to finish it and all I could say was, what the actual fuck did we just read? What? What? Oh, crazy.
So Claudia runs off, and Asha is a really nice person, and she feels bad for her. So she fills up a couple beers from the keg and goes to follow her. Claudia's like really upset. Like, why would Dean tempt fate with the Hallowpeen? Because he knows in Hollow Springs you shouldn't do things like that.
this is like an old wives' tale in
Yeah.
Hollow Springs. Like, this isn't, she just like made this up. Like,
Wow.
they've heard of the Hallowpeen, all of them. And
Yeah.
They have a lot of weird. I mean, it's like
Folklore.
backwoods North Carolina, right? So it's very folklory. There are all kinds of things.
There's superstitions.
There's like a lot of weird things that you're kind of like, why do you keep doing it?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. But I assume it's like when we were kids and you had to go in the bathroom, turn off the lights, and say Bloody Mary.
Right. It's the same.
However,
I still wouldn't
yeah.
do that.
right. But Bloody Mary seems a lot more credible than ICUP.
Hallowpeen.
I just felt like it was lacking in fear for me.
Or creativity, perhaps.
I don't know. There was a creative writing prompt here.
There was something.
She hit the mark.
4th grade essay.
This book knew exactly what it was. She committed
Leaned
to
in.
the theme
all
throughout.
the way.
She
Mhm.
did, in fact.
I will say it was consistent. So Asha finds Claudia on the porch and sits next to her. She's talking to her while she's stroking a pumpkin that she thinks in her head has a wickedly handsome grin carved into his face. And I believe the literal term here is foreshadowing.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
You think?
Yeah, she's
Mhm.
attracted to the pumpkin in this
Mm.
moment. So Claudia's droning on about the Hallowpeen and how it's not just a superstition and blah, blah. And Asha ultimately gets convinced to summon the demon herself so that she can ask him what he did with Samantha.
She was convinced to do this by Claudia in order to go find her friend because Asha didn't believe her. And she's like, but you could do this.
Yeah, you first, bitch. No.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, Asha doesn't think it's going to work, but she agrees to do it basically to get Claudia to shut up. Claudia is very dramatic and everybody thinks she's kind of annoying at this point. Asha goes into the bathroom and chants ICUP 3 times and gets a very eerie feeling while she's in there. And she rips back the shower curtain, very scary movie style, and nothing's there, but she still feels kind of creepy. So she like grabs the soap dispenser as a weapon and she goes out into the living room to report back to Claudia, but Claudia's not there. In fact, nobody is there.
What?
Yeah. I mean, you won't
Crazy.
even
Like a
believe
Stranger Things episode.
it.
Weird.
Exactly.
The whole bathroom thing, they drag that on. Like, she does it.
Yeah.
She's scared. She thinks there's a monster in the tub. She thinks there's a monster in the mirror.
Like, if you're going in here, if you're going in for this and you're like, I don't believe in any of this, wouldn't you be like, let me just open the shower curtain just in case so that I know nobody's in here filming me being an idiot? And then the soap dispenser, that's your big go-to?
She picks that up a couple times in this book,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
protect herself, which is kind
Weird.
of funny. But it is kind of like the Upside Down in Stranger Things. I mean, it's the exact same house, but no one's there, and it's a little creepier.
Mm-hmm.
Asha walks past the candy bowl, and it has one of those sensor hands that, like, when you walk by, it's like, ah, which goes off. And she's like, of course the candy dish is working. And then someone says, that's not the only thing that worked tonight, boo. So the deep voice not only makes Asha's
Weird.
heart stop, but it also makes her pussy clench.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is getting
That's
interesting.
Mhm.
something.
But it was a bit like the Twilight Zone. Like, she's in this house with all this party happening around. She walks out
Yeah.
dead silent. And then creepy, sexy voice behind you.
Mhm. And she looks up to see none other than the Hallowpeen.
Well, yeah.
In fact, there's 3 Hallopeens.
Well, because there were 3 pumpkin heads on the stairs.
Yes. And
Mm.
she says, oh my gourd. The carved pumpkins lighting the stairs have come to life. And they're all buck naked.
Sexy pumpkins that
They
are
are, they're-
tangerine. They're tangerine colored.
Yeah.
Their paprika is the way it's written in this literature.
I thought she said tangerine later in the book.
Oh, she probably did. This book is a lot of puns, a
Lot
lot
of
of
puns.
really, really cheesy puns, but I was here for all of it. I was very entertained. They are described as raw muscle with deep paprika skin. Their fingernails are manicured pumpkin seeds. Asha can't help but stare at their giant gourd hood because they are naked.
Yes.
With their gourd hood.
They're hanging out. And the Hallowpeen says to her, my eyes are up here. Like, it bothers him a little. Like, he feels objectified.
He's embarrassed.
I don't think he feels objectified. He's giving her a razzing. And the amount of ways this woman can describe a penis is
so incredible.
brilliant. This is the creative writing prompt that she got. How many different ways can you describe
Describe a pumpkin penis.
a pumpkin
Yeah.
man penis
Mhm.
and his hotness with his head and his jack-o'-lantern face,
And it's triangle eyeballs.
his triangle with lights in them eyeballs.
I mean, it's so weird. Can we
I'm
just
like-
pause? It's weird.
If they were
Like a
just men-
jack-o'-lantern's looking at me. What? Like his carved eyebrows are doing this. I'm just
But they had, you could see their abs.
weird. Weird. His ass is 2 pumpkins. I don't
Like, if he had
understand.
just turned into a very hot orange man, fine. But
yeah,
a
okay.
pumpkin man, every time she described it, it made it less sexy because I was like,
Yes!
yeah, I'm getting into this. Okay, great. Oh, you're looking into his jack-o'-lantern face. Now I'm not
Yeah.
aroused anymore.
And
Like,
his
what's
creepy
happening?
smile. Yeah, no.
Yes.
I'm with you there. She would lose me. I'd be like, okay, I'm on board.
I'm getting past it. I'm past the jack-o'-lantern
Yeah.
thing.
And then they had triangle eyes, and I was like, oh, that really could be a deal breaker.
This train passed me by. I was never on board with this. I kept going, what's his penis? Is it like a squash? Is it
oh,
like
but then the penis had like
Oh, we're going to get to that.
the vines?
a vine.
vine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
So,
Too
okay.
weird.
So we meet Jax, Gordy, and Hal. These are their names.
I love their names. Okay, Jack.
Halloween,
yes.
jack-o'-lantern.
Gourd, obviously. Yeah.
That was adorable.
It was cute.
These are our 3 pumpkin men, and they explained to her, you did magic and it brought you to this world. And they said, it's been 5 years since someone has come over. And she asks, oh, are you talking about Samantha? And they say, yes, it was Samantha, and she's at another house with her own Halloween.
There's lots of jalapenos.
Asha's trying to ask them how she would go about getting back home, but all she can think about is how close their pumpkins are to her pie. Her words.
It was so good.
So bad.
All of the
So
ways in which she brought in Halloween-themed word choices was hilarious.
It's like sitting next to your perverted uncle.
It's
That's exactly what it's like. Who's trying to not be a pervert, but yet everything is pervert.
But no, he is. We all know the person in our family.
you have a family member
We
like
do
that.
have a family member like that.
Not an
Weird.
uncle, but yeah, I know exactly who you're
He's
thinking
somebody's
of. Okay.
uncle.
Somebody's uncle.
Yeah, that's true.
There's always one. There's always one. Sometimes there's three.
So basically, if she wants to go back, a demon named Man Candy has to orchestrate it. Everyone who lives in Hollow Springs knows about Man Candy because it's a legend in these parts. At the stroke of midnight, if there's a single piece of candy left in a candy dish in Hollow Springs, Man Candy comes to give you a tricky treat. If Man Candy gets summoned to Hollow Springs, he will bring back the people that are in Hallowpeen world. But nobody has left candy out for him in decades.
No, because he's like a scary figure in their
Folklore.
lore.
So, but here's the weird thing about this. It just can't be in a bowl or container. It can be all over the countertop. It can be anywhere else, but it cannot be in a container.
Right.
Yeah.
We see no story gap here.
I mean,
I see a pretty big one.
Thank God.
this was the least story gap of the entire book, okay? Like, at least there was a rule, there was a guideline.
I'm pretty sure some fat child made up this rule so that they could eat all the candy out of the bowl.
Not a single piece left. So yeah, they can pour out the candy onto a flat surface. It
Sure.
just can't be in a curved container.
Yeah, made zero sense.
Why they put it in a container ever at all with this type of danger?
Well, it just has to be just at midnight.
Well, it has to be
I mean,
movable.
you're right. You're right. What am I thinking?
You gotta move it.
So Asha thinks she needs to figure out what being in their realm means, but clearly their only plan is to fill her up like a glass of pumpkin juice. So she feels like she should be looking for Samantha, but all she wants to do is get back in the middle of their pumpkin patch and have them plow her field deep into the night. These are all quotes from the book. I did not write this.
Here, you repeat these things are so cringy.
Uncomfortable.
Hey,
cringy when we read
this
them.
is my specialty. I make everybody cringe.
It's more cringy
Cringe.
now.
The Hallowpeens start getting handsy on the porch, and then Jax throws Asha on his back, piggyback style, and says, "Let's take her inside and show her how we peen in Peen Town."
So awful.
I know. But you know what? With all of this, they go inside and she's like, just not in the bedroom.
It's her only request.
She's in an alternate universe of her best friend's house.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to have sex in her best friend's alternate universe room.
I thought that was very nice of her and very respectful.
It was
I
random.
thought it was weird.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That's where you draw the line?
That was probably the most adult thing in this book.
I mean, if they're that close, I guess it'd be like being at your grandma's house. Like, you don't want to go in that bedroom. Yeah,
don't have
whatever.
sex in there.
So
No.
anyway, the guys make a pallet type of love nest on the floor, and they start a fire in the fireplace, and they really make an effort to set the mood.
They're
I
seducing
thought
her.
it was very sweet. They have a seduction thing going on.
Nice.
And Asha's admiring the view as they prepare the love
the
nest.
view of their penises.
She gets a better look at their peens, okay? So the thing that threw me off here was that there is a stem poking out of the top of their penises.
It's like the vine at the top of the head of the pumpkin.
That feels like it could be painful.
I think it pleasured her more.
Maybe it's like a piercing.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim, there we go. Now I needed you
Yeah.
here, Kim.
I'm
I think-
trying to be open to this. I'm not, by the way. But
She was not in pain.
she wasn't in pain. She enjoyed
No,
it.
I should
So I
call
think
that
it was
out.
fine.
Yeah, that was never a problem, but I got stuck there. To me, this might be
That's where you got
That's what got you stuck.
this is one of
That's what it
one
was.
of the parts where I was like, "Oh, wait a minute."
not the pumpkin patch.
That she's having sex with a pumpkin? Yeah.
Okay. I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's different.
Okay, I can't believe that's what it was. The seeds is what got me, but keep
So
going.
the fingernails?
Seeds is bad.
Oh,
No,
in the cup.
seeds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there. The guys are huge. Like their heads almost touch the ceiling.
They're the top head, not the bottom head.
Asha says there's no GMOs here, just pure organic power packed with devilish delights.
So bad.
So 2 of the pumpkin men start making out with each other. So I guess you could say there's some sword crossing, or should we say gourd crossing in this book?
Boo.
They lay out.
They're in love with each other as well, the 3 gourds.
Yes,
This
of
is
course they are.
definitely
Yeah,
a
this is like
reverse
it's
harem.
a reverse harem. Like we get a really
Yeah.
quick reverse harem plot here. They lay Asha down and she says they eat her like a candied apple. She begs them to claim her, and like Halloween decorations hitting the shelves in July, they don't make her wait any longer.
The lines in this
I
book.
can't.
Oh my god.
The orgy to me, like I had trouble with the logistics of it. Or gorgy. Should we call it a gorgy?
It was a
Yeah,
gorgy.
that's what I called it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time.
I don't know if it just was the writing. Could you guys picture this?
I think it's because they're fucking pumpkins, Jen.
Oh, do you feel like that's where we got stuck?
Yes, I think that's where you got lost
Okay.
along the way was they're pumpkins. They're gourds.
How it all worked with the beginning of the sex scene was hard to.
I couldn't picture it.
I didn't go back and try and picture it because the pumpkinness of it was really where I
Yeah.
just couldn't get past that. So
Yeah.
maybe I could have if I tried
I'm
harder.
sorry. It was strangely erotic.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
This book was
The
spicy.
vine off the penis?
Yeah, well, you
Oh.
gotta make some concessions here.
You
but-
You don't have to screw a fruit or a vegetable.
Listen, Kim, they were hot and tangerine colored and wanted to do her.
Paprika.
And she really liked that, the throat necklace thing and she was primed.
Hey, every girl in this book is ready to go. I'm gonna say that right now.
Well, it's a small town. Small town life.
There's not a lot
Yeah.
to do.
fair.
No.
So I was able to determine that she was giving one of the pumpkin men a blowjob.
Definitely.
She said
Good,
his
yeah.
semen tasted like nutmeg and cinnamon mixed with toasted pumpkin.
If only.
Basically, sucked him off and then got a pumpkin spice latte, in her
That's
mouth.
amazing. That was my favorite part of this book right
Filled with
there.
pumpkin seeds.
Mini chocolate chip sized pumpkin seed.
But I mean, she could chew them up. It's fine.
But what about when it's in your vagina?
It's not like a watermelon seed. It doesn't grow. It's fine.
How do you know?
Well, I don't.
They
But
don't grow in your vagina either. Not that you should test that out.
no, it's
but-
like when you
How
eat a
would you
watermelon seed, they tell you as a kid it'll grow in your stomach.
Yeah, that part was weird. So then
Just go blow right past that.
She'll cut that out. It's fine.
so then she said Jax fills her pie with pumpkin spice.
So weird.
They all snuggle up after it's over, and Asha fades off to sleep just as the clock strikes midnight. That part's important.
They have sex and they basically orgasm as it turns midnight, and she thinks there's an earthquake.
The whole place shakes.
And they're like, "Whoa!" And then cut scene.
So we end there at midnight.
Mhm.
And now we're back in the human realm at Asha's best friend Casey's house. So she was the one throwing the party, and the party's still going strong. And they realize that Asha has disappeared. And of course, Claudia
Freaking the fuck.
is a hot mess. And everyone's annoyed with her. And it's all my fault. I asked her to do the eye cup ritual. And Casey thinks Asha just slipped out, kind of shoos Claudia over to the couch. And she's getting anxious to get everyone out of her house before midnight, which is in 10 minutes. And she also needs to make sure she hands out all the candy because, man
Man-candy.
Or get it out of the bowl at the
we
very
don't
least.
want him to show up. And she's got 10 minutes.
We don't know what man-candy does, though, other than just comes to the realm.
He's just scary.
He has an aura of a bad character. She
Yeah.
decides whether or not she wants to bring the cushions in from outside. If she has enough time, she says, "I'm going to leave it." She just wants to go and get the candy. It's all on the counter. It's not in a bowl.
Except there's one bowl that has one piece.
Very
piece left.
last
At
minute.
11:59, she realizes she just missed it. And as she's trying to grab that last piece, sticky green fingers wrap around her wrist and propel themselves up her arm. Casey sees a handsome man made of candy.
I envision a Sour Patch man,
Like a gummy guy?
like a gummy guy.
He had blue cotton candy hair.
Like a troll doll.
And like sugary sweet arms that were he was very muscular. I actually had a harder time with him than the pumpkin man. Like the
Same.
candy man
Yeah.
Oh,
was
not me.
very hard to understand.
Well, there is a picture of the Hallowpeen on the cover of the book, so you get a good start there.
No, just even in the word.
This is a trick I use all the time when I'm reading a book and I want to picture the characters I'm reading about. I go to Pinterest and I'll search up the book. Somebody's always made a board
like
with the way what actors or whatever. They picked models anyway. And then I'm like, okay, now I can picture it. Like I do that all the time. Yeah, Hallowpeen's not on Pinterest.
That's
No.
weird.
I tried because I wanted to see
myth.
Man Candy. He's not out there.
So weird. No, I picture like troll doll hair, blue,
Yeah.
right? I picture Smarties as the arms, the Smartie rolls as the arms and the legs.
Yep.
I've got gumdrop feet going.
There's some Twizzler. He can just pull Twizzlers out of like nowhere.
Yeah, he's magic.
I had less issue with the Candyman guy than I did the gourds.
The Candy Man feels sticky.
Candyman had like a forked tongue and he was very sticky.
We're going to get there. Okay. So Man Candy says, trick or treat, baby girl. And Kelsey looks into the green gumdrops of his eyes and
Oh yeah,
says,
she really liked his eyes.
I'll take a treat.
She does question.
I mean, not for long. Like we get right to the
Small
right
town.
to the point. Okay, small town.
Not a lot going on there.
Man Candy takes Casey to the bedroom and ties her to the bed with long candy ropes. Like you said, he just pulls them out of the air. It's more of the same punny phrases in this scene that we got with the Hallowpeen, so I will spare you.
That's nice of you. Generous.
Man Candy has this lollipop sex toy.
Oh, actually, I was okay with this part.
I was too.
I was not upset about this. That's a UTI waiting to happen.
He edges her with 30 orgasms. Like he edges her 30 times. I feel like that's more of a trick than a treat. But then he finally brings her to climax with, like you said, Lynn, with his forked tongue. And this is where you lost me because that's gross.
The forked tongue was too weird.
Well,
for
it's
me.
like demony.
Right. Or snake.
I'm like, why do you need
Lizard
a
of
forked
some
tongue?
sort. I don't know.
That part wasn't hot at all.
Which sort of is a foreshadow to our first book of next season. Stay tuned.
Ooh. So afterwards, they're talking and they're eating some candy ropes because they're a little hungry. They just kind of eat the ropes.
Yeah, she can eat her way out. He ties her to the bed with Twizzlers. And then to get out, she just eats the candy.
She was always able to escape, really, if she wanted to. But Man Candy gets his feelings hurt in this conversation because Casey tells him it was an accident that she left the candy in the bowl and she didn't actually call him there on purpose. And apparently he's quite sensitive.
He was like, he was an insta-love and he thought she didn't want to have anything to do with him.
He thought, finally, someone called me here.
Someone loves me.
Because
No.
he's been lonely for decades because of the superstition no one's left candy out for him. He's the one that can bring people from Hallowpeen back to the human world and no one's called him.
He gets up to leave because he's, heartbroken.
He's sad.
And Casey says, wait, they make up as he slobbers her with kisses and leaves a cinnamon trail of saliva all over her.
Nice. Okay.
And they go back to the bedroom and Casey's mouth waters when she sees his candy hood. And it's actually made of rock candy, which sounds very painful. But the interesting part of this for me
we haven't gotten there yet. Good Lord.
was that he used a condom.
Oh, yes.
It's a lot of sugar. Because she would go into a diabetic coma by
The pumpkins did not use a condom, if you'll recall. They filled her with pumpkin spice.
They put their chocolate chip pumpkin seed.
His balls are made of jawbreakers and his jizz is gummy bears.
How does that even work?
Well, and then he takes off the condom full of gummy bears and then feeds
It's like
her
a
one.
snack. Yeah, she calls it a cummy gummy.
Oh.
So gross.
Disgusting.
But anyway, because he came at midnight, he
Yes.
can...
I'm going to drag this out a little longer.
Oh, God.
It's a special, Lindsay.
It is a special. This is the most special book I've ever read.
This episode could have been 10 minutes.
When they finish, Casey asks, what happens now? And Man Candy says whatever she wants, and she asks him to stay. So he explains that when he offered a trick or a treat, it was a payment to him to return her two friends from the other realm. Asha and Samantha from 5 years ago are actually in Casey's bathhouse. Yes. And at first they think Man Candy's a bad guy because their Hallowpeens warned them. But Man Candy explains he can take them back to Peenland anytime as long as he gets payment. And Casey goes, I'm good for it. Volunteers as she's like munching on his condom gummy bears.
Gummies. Yeah.
Then she has a sex marathon with him while the other two sleep in the guest room. That's how we end this story.
They're in the living room and they decide, are we going to go back or not? And they're both like, yes. And then they hear them fucking. And she's like, do you think he'll take us back? And she says, I think my friend is repaying.
She's putting some visits in the bank.
I hope there isn't a sequel. That's what I'm
There's
saying.
multiple books.
There are multiples.
There's like an airplane one called Airplane.
No.
Apparently, the whole thing is she writes books about inanimate objects that become sex objects.
She has a whole portfolio.
Which I have no desire to read, by the way. None. I did my time. It was funny.
I feel like I put in my time as well. I think we're going to have to veto Jenny if it ever comes
there
up.
Will never come back again. No.
But were you entertained?
No! I was like, why am I still reading this?
I was entertained. I had lots of questions about anatomy. It was like young boy humor.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Or like creepy uncle porn.
It was rough.
I don't know if I want those pumpkin seed things up in my vajay, you know, like.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't want gummy bears up there either. So.
Well, he wore a condom.
Maybe they all should.
You couldn't think of anything else other than rock candy?
That just seemed painful.
So painful. There's so many better candies that you could have utilized in that situation. Dipsticks, remember those?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Would have been a good one.
That would have been appropriate.
Man Candy's anatomy was like, I had lots of questions.
I really had a hard time.
And then it ends. You don't really even have like a natural conclusion because Hallowpeen, the reverse harem, that just ends like in an earthquake. And then she ends up with the guy in the bedroom to prepay. And then that's it. I felt really cheated.
What more do you need to know, Lindsay?
Well, like, why didn't Samantha come back ever?
Oh, because Man Candy never brought her back because no one...
Oh, because no one paid for it.
Right, because they were all scared of the candy in the bowl.
But she was happy in her environment.
Yeah, and she's going to probably go back because Casey is prepaying for her travel with the gummy bear semen.
No, we are not doing it again. No.
I feel like even they cringed with the gummy.
Had to.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like there should be like some kind of disclaimer apologizing to all of our listeners. I'm so sorry. This tremendously long 92-page book.
Last year's Halloween book.
Also weird.
Was also fucking weird.
It was also bizarre. The storyline was, granted, it was a little far-fetched as well. Dragons, octave tentacles.
It was not that much better. There was some weird demon-y.
We had a morgy and a gorgy.
Yes,
that's
and there was
where we're
upside down sex and air sex and murder sex and
we had tentacles.
Those came in handy.
A whole nother world. Actually, this was a bit more campy, but like, they're very similar.
They were. Yeah, that one was a little darker. Now, who wants to start with ratings?
I can't wait.
Lynn, take it.
Yeah, this was a 2.
Oh, that's generous.
That was a 2 book. And it gets the 2 because it was at least entertaining. The amount of different ways she could describe a pumpkin's junk was like amazing. Like, and then every time she'd describe it differently and I'd be like, fuck, again. Like, she just like, I would just like highlight it. I'm like, how many different ways can she describe this? So it was slightly entertaining in that way. I had lots of questions. I laughed my ass off.
Yes.
So it was funny. Was there any plot? No. Was there a shit ton of plot holes? Yes. Like, why are you having sex with Candy? The gummy condom thing was fucking weird. I mean, the whole thing was weird. I have no real desire to read this again. And I would only recommend this to someone with all of these caveats.
I'm sure.
This in a day if you just want to laugh and have like suspend reality.
Yeah.
It is not going on my recommend list, but it was at least entertaining. It was.
It's a good airplane book, right?
Yeah,
like I read
it's
it on a
funny.
flight and was laughing my ass off. Like I was almost in the aisle. I was laughing so hard. I'm going to go 2.5 because I also was highly entertained. I thought it was hilarious. It was just a fun, campy read that entertained me. So for those reasons, I'm going to go 2.5.
Okay, I gave it a 2 as well.
Okay.
I feel like she spent a lot of time with fourth graders to get some of these puns.
Yeah, dad jokes for sure.
It was rough for me to get through. The minute we did the eye cup ritual,
That could have been more creative.
it went downhill for me immediately. I could not get down with the pumpkins, the triangle eyes, the gumdrop eyes, the creepiness of it.
And they were just in it.
Not my thing.
All automatically. I'm going to have sex with a pumpkin.
Yeah, like, and I want it. I want it
no
bad.
hesitation. Immediately. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to look at our pumpkins the same way ever again.
I'm going out of town. I don't need to.
Lindsay's going to the beach.
Might not put them out this year. Not going to carve them.
Where do they not celebrate Halloween? Like, that's where I'm going.
Let's talk about spice. I gave it a 0.
No!
Can you do that? Can you give it a 0?
Yeah.
If I could give it a negative, I would.
Wow.
There was no hotness in this for me at all.
Oh, see, I
Interesting.
disagree.
I gave
Yeah,
it a different
no.
score.
I did too. Okay. I gave it a 3 on
I did
spice.
too.
Wow.
Because the whole book was about sex.
Oh, I didn't get
About
that.
how, like, we got an orgy. We got a reverse harem orgy.
Gorgy.
Sorry, gorgy.
It's a gorgy. Please use the right terminology.
I mean, the man candy, he was pretty good at what he did. I am not going to call this a 0 on spice. You know, I had to fan myself a couple times.
Oh my God. No, you did not.
I also gave it a 3, but you 100% have to just disband with reality. You kind of have to just ignore certain things. But if you could compartmentalize and just focus on the good parts, the sex was good. You had the orgy, gorgy, and then you did have the edging with the magical lollipop. That was pretty hot, and there were some hot scenes for sure. It's a 90-page book. Okay, like
If his tongue wasn't forked,
that was awkward.
You would have given it a 4?
3.5.
Yeah, no.
The various different types of cum is like unsettling to me.
That was entertaining, and I did feel like that was probably one of the better parts.
Oh, I made the sex that much less hot to me. I'm like, what?
No, I was like, pumpkin lattes? Yes, please. I'm in.
Now not in your VJ.
She needs a shower after that sex. I'm telling you that because that's
a UTI waiting to happen.
Everything he did made her sticky.
A lot of sugar.
Diabetes.
Yeah.
Sticky. Diabetic by proxy.
But it was still fun.
I laughed.
So glad we got a chance to recap one.
Yeah.
So before we close, I want to give everyone an update on season 4.
Bum, bum.
The reading list is up on boozybookgasms.com. So feel free to read along with us. Our first show of season 4 will drop on January 8th. And I know that sounds like a long time from now, but we do have 38 episodes published. So be sure to get caught up on seasons 1 through 3. Send us your book recommendations and thoughts on the show. Follow us on TikTok, Insta, Facebook, and YouTube. And until we meet again, happy reading.
Happy
Thanks.
reading.
Happy reading.
We hope
Bye.
today's episode was the climax of your day, leaving you breathless and wanting more. Until next time, remember to indulge in the pleasures of life and to keep the passion alive. You can find more tantalizing episodes at boozybookgasms.com. Enjoy the ride, and we'll see you soon.